Hi everyone, I'm just getting ready to do a mirror protection spell, and I thought that I would record it for you guys to show you how I do this. Um, so basically, this spell is for when you're sleeping in bed. You know, your body and your soul can be very vulnerable. Um, so this mirror spell is meant to help protect you while you're sleeping, and we're also going to ask Goddess Selene to protect us overnight as well. So it's specifically a nighttime protection spell, but if you wanted to, you could make it for all time protection. It's actually very common for witches to put mirrors in front of their houses, um, because mirrors reflect, um, they reflect ill will and negativity. So you can really do this for any kind of protection. I just want to do it for my bedroom and to ask Celine to watch over me while I sleep. So what you're going to need is a mirror of any kind. I have this very fancy moon mirror that I got. It's absolutely beautiful and I adore having it in my room above my bed. But really any mirror will do, any size, it really does not matter, the magic will still be there. So you need a mirror. You're going to create your own sigil. This is actually a fake sigil. I'm not going to show my own sigil on YouTube just because I know that sometimes if another witch sees your sigil, or even sometimes your spell, they can counteract that spell because sometimes people are nasty. So this is a fake sigil. This just won't work. This doesn't mean anything at all. But the sigil should mean I am protected in my sleep. And so I'm not sure if you know how to make a sigil. There are lots of different tutorials online and stuff like that, but if you're unsure, let me know and I can do a video for you. And on the back, you're going to write, "In peaceful dreams, may you watch over me from the heavens above." And this specifically if you would like Selene to watch over you. But if you also work with the moon as a general entity, you can use this too. It's not specific to any goddess or god. It's specifically for the moon. So you can dedicate that to whoever you'd like as a little bit of extra help. And then next, you're going to need some almond oil, but any oil really will work. I think almond oil is quite a gentle, sort of light oil. You can use grapeseed oil, really anything you'd like, it does not matter. And then of course a clean jar to put your oils into. I'm going to charge some of my herbs that I'm going to use with selenite or selenite. This crystal is, I've always used this on Celine's altar, so it's definitely full of her energy. And selenite is connected with the moon too. So you don't have to do this at all. But I think it's a quite good way to charge up your herbs to connect it specifically with moon and lunar energy. So the herbs that I want to use for this spell are chamomile flowers, lavender flowers, juniper berries, rowan, berries, leaves, stems, doesn't really matter. I harvested this myself, so I'm quite proud of it. And rose petals. So I'll talk you through why I want to use each of these. So with chamomile and lavender, I want to be able to soothe what can be called moon madness. During the full moon, our emotions can be very heightened, whether it be good emotions or bad. The full moon does do that for me, for sure. So what I want to do is I want to have these herbs really relax me during the full moon and keep my emotions at bay. Just as an extra bit we can do for this spell. And then for protection, juniper and rowan are both extremely good for protection magic in general. Rowan especially. In Irish folk magic, rowan is so important. It's so versatile. It can be used for any sort of protection, whether it be magical protection against any kind of entity, other witches. It's great for protection for like your home and your family and your belongings. It's just so good for like almost anything. And juniper as well is very well known for protection, especially for travel, I've heard. But in general, I think it's good all around herb to use. Plus juniper is associated with the moon as well, which is a really good factor to add in. And then rose petals, again, it's kind of like it's a way for things to be like gentle. You want peaceful sleep. You want you want to feel safe and joyful in your home and your sleep, and anything that can bring us to a more of a happy, gentle kind of protection that it can bring us. Rose can do that for us as well. So overall, it is generally a protection and a kind of relaxing, soothing spell for us. So what we will do then, we're going to add all of the herbs into the jar, and ask each herb what we wanted to do, whether it be protection or soothe us. And we'll pour the oil on top, so I'll show you that in a second. So I've just come back from enchanting the herbs that I'm going to put into the oil. I lit my Celine candle while we were doing this. And so I have all my herbs mixed in here, and what I want to do is, I think it would be great if, especially if you're into Irish magic or if you kind of like traditional ways, if you created this herb mixture 9 days before the full moon, that will make the herbs extremely potent. The number 9 is a very important number in Irish magic. But the full moon is tomorrow for me because I was very late doing this. So I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my herbs charging for 9 hours. It's about 5:30 now, so I'll be making my oil then at 2:30 in the morning, and I probably will be up, so it works out fine. Also, just an extra ingredient. Obviously, not everybody's going to have this, but I have little tiny baby. Now, if you don't like animal parts, look away. Little baby teeth from my dog when he was a puppy. I added these in as an extra protection element to give a bite to any kind of magical practitioner or a bad person who intends to do any harm to me while I sleep, and they will feel that bite of a dog, that canine energy. I thought that'd be a really good extra thing to add in there, but obviously it's not absolutely not necessary. You can change any ingredient that you'd like, whatever suits you. So I'm going to leave these charging for 9 hours, and then tonight I'm going to start putting oil in my jar and the herbs and enchant that, and then I shall leave it under the full moon tomorrow. So I'll see you later. And also, while we're here, actually, before I forget to explain what you'll be doing with the oil and the sigil is, so every full moon you will charge your oil. The oil, if it's in a jar like this, I'm pretty sure it'll last you like a year or more, possibly. Definitely make sure to check your the date of expiry date for your oils. But what you want to do is, every full moon, turn your mirror over. Your sigil, you're going to glue or tape this to the back of your mirror, and every full moon with a dropper, you'll take a drop of oil and pinch some drops on to give the mirror energy so that it can do the work that it needs to do every full moon. It'd be a good idea to charge the oil on the full moon night, and then the next day then to re-energize your mirror so that it can give you protection as the month goes on. And as you're doing that, there is a charm that I wrote that I'm going to say. So when you're dropping the oil on, maybe you can put your hand over it. You can say, "Silver as the moon, reflecting sunlight. Magic mirror, may you reflect all ill will. Soothe moon madness. Guard my dreams in the dead of night." And then you're done. So I really hope this was useful to you, and later on when I make my oil, I will show you what it looks like. So yeah. So it's now late at night, and I've just finished off my spell here. I completed my oil. So this is just the herbs that I showed you earlier mixed with the oil, and I enchanted them all. I did not include the dog teeth. I kept them out because I do want to reuse these. And of course the selenite ball, I didn't put that in the oil either because it would probably dissolve, and I want to keep it for future workings too. So I would say every full moon, charge your oil, give your mirror a clean, give it a good wipe down, and then of course when the oil is charged, put some drops on your sigil, and you can read this out loud if you'd like to. And then say your mirror charm, and then you'd be done. And make sure you give Celine an offering as well, to thank her for her help with the spell, or if it's just the moon you're working with in general, you could do the same thing. So yeah, that is pretty much everything. So tomorrow I am going to put this under the full moon, give it a good charge, and then do my spell. So I really hope this is very useful to you guys. Let me know if you gave it a try and stuff like that. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and many blessings. Guramahagut agus slán go fóill.